Yeah, so we'll proceed with this as a development of surfaces of solids. So primarily what it is actually, if say we consider any solid, right, then its outer surface we can of course visualize. Now suppose if we assume that that outer surface is cut at some edge and then is opened up and flattened out, right? Then that actually is referred as the development. Okay. Or say for the ease, we can imagine it as if say any solid is wrapped in a thin sheet, suppose, and the sheet of course is acquiring the shape of the outer surface, right? A nice thin sheet wrapped around the solid, and it is adopting whatever surface features of the solids are there. Okay, and then say we cut it and open it up. So then, and then we flatten it out. So it will form a single surface, right? So that actually is referred as the development. Then next is that what is the purpose of this? So the thing is like this sheet which we are cutting open and flattening out, right? This thing, if we say wrap again or say fold again, then we should be able to obtain the outer surface of the solid again. So suppose if we imagine that it's only the outer surface and the complete thing is hollow, okay, so then that part, that outer part, when we fold the sheet, we'll be able to obtain that shape. So that is the primary idea for doing this. So it effectively is extremely useful or directly useful for the sheet metal working. This is how we'll have to work with it when it is manufacturing method is the sheet metal working. So as I mentioned, what here is intended is we should be able to fold the sheet into the desired shape. So you see, primarily there are many objects of this kind, and that many of them are in daily use also, right? Now, of course, metal sheets are not much in use, but it's still whatever uh, items, if you could see, simpler trays and all, if at all made of metal, then you see they have certain kind of shape. So to attain that shape, first of all, the material which will be used will be what? A simple flat sheet, right? Then it will be turned at the desired locations, bent or folded at desired locations, and so as to finally obtain the desired shape. So that is what the purpose of this thing is. So whatever sheet we are trying to bend or fold, if at all it is able to acquire certain desired shape, that will only happen when the sheet in itself is designed for that purpose. So that is what we do by this development. Okay. So for the development, what we do is we consider the final output or final product. Okay. And that final product, whatever surface it is having, that we open up in the drawing. We open it up and make it flat like a 2D surface, 2D sheet. Okay. So that is what we do here in this topic. Then what do you call this applications also are mentioned over here. Wherever I mean the construction is primarily with these things, that is what we need to have. So you see boilers, shales, right? High pressure vessels. Then if we consider the simpler things, then whatever packaging materials we use, they actually are made up of some flat sheet which is folded into some desired thing. Then if you consider any automobile, its outer body are different parts like fuel tank and so on. So they are also of certain desired shape, but that again is made up with folding these items, right? So that is what the range of applications as such has it, right? Then I think yeah, here you have this like different items. So pointer, just a moment. Here. So like you have this tray. This is for a pipe duct, right? With different sections, funnel, or this again is a kind of funnel. This is a container. So these are the things like made up of the normal daily use kind of options, the box. And the bigger ones, I haven't included the many figures, but like body of an aeroplane, right? Or else a boiler and so many other things. Those are actually made up by designing them in this fashion. Okay. So now next we can discuss how do we proceed with this. So before that, let us go through this example first. You see, in this one, what is shown is a triangular prism. Okay, and then here see it's specifically shown like this is a triangular prism. So front view of the same and top view of the same. So the location is such that the middle edge corresponding to this is shown over here in the central or middle part, coincident with the axis in the front view. Then next is what we are assuming that along this edge, this is being cut. So we are cutting it over here, and then this is being opened up completely, all the surfaces. So for this lateral part, we have three rectangles. So you know for the prisms always we get rectangular lateral surfaces. So that is what is shown here. 1, 2, 3. So three rectangular lateral surfaces we have, and then this top and bottom, these are triangular. So these are further opened up. So this 4 and 5. Two particular things what we can observe here is we have opened up all the flat surfaces associated with this prism's outside boundary, right? So after opening up, making it, flattening it out, whatever we are seeing here, all are actually true dimensions, right? Everything, each edge, whatever edges we can make out, all will give us the true length because it has been completely opened up, no inclination, nothing. It's exactly flat and coincident with this drawing sheet, you can say. That is one thing. Secondly, you see all the edges, this edge, this edge, this edge, this edge, all these edges, right? These all have been marked as with the dark lines, right? Now, as such, you see, after development, what we'll have, this will be a simple rectangle. For the lateral surface, this will be a simple rectangle, a single sheet, right? But all the relevant edges have been marked on it. So effectively, we'll have to fold, say, about this, right, to form the inclination between this surface 2 and surface 3. We have to fold about this, right, to consider the proper inclination, and then this will become a lateral surface of triangular prism. We fold about this, we fold about this. Likewise, about this edge, this triangular surface is to be folded to form the bottom surface. About this edge, this is to be folded to form the top surface. So all the relevant edges also we are marking here. Okay, so this is how the development actually is done. The two things, one is all the dimensions are true dimensions, and second thing is all the relevant prominent edges are marked on the development of the surface. Okay, this will come to next. Now here for development we could have two possibilities. One is parallel line development. Okay, this primarily will be applicable to cylinders, right? So if we have a cylinder, we cut open about one generator. For the case of cylinder, we won't be cutting it open about an edge, rather it will be cut open about a generator. So this will there here will of course always be a generator. So suppose we cut about this, then this will be opened like this. So parallel line development, you see, if you draw the front view for this, like in the previous diagram, right? Maybe let me, yeah. You see in this is the front view, this is the top view. So for the prism, what is happening? From here, we have to draw parallel lines only, one and the second. And it will, in between these two parallel lines, this line and this line, the complete development for the lateral surfaces is over, right? And of course, top and bottom also we are attaching to one of these rectangular surfaces. Here it is attached to one. One may choose to attach with two or three, wherever. That is a matter of choice. But between these two parallel lines, the development is complete. So this is what the parallel line development means. So for the cylinder, it is applicable. For this also, from the front view, corresponding top and bottom surfaces, we can draw the two parallel lines, and in between that, the rectangle will be developed. Okay. And these are the relevant parameters. So height we'll have this diameter we have for the bottom surface. So whatever is the overall circumference, that much distance actually we'll be opening it up with. Okay, and height of this will be this equal to this h. Then prisms we already seen, it will be developed into number of rectangles depending on which kind of prism it is. For triangular prism we had three rectangular surfaces. For this one it will be five because it is a pentagonal prism. The top and bottom surface in this is not shown, but it is supposed to be attached here or here. Okay, right. So in the first slide, what we had seen is it was a complete solid, like it was a triangular prism, and then it was developed. Now let us get back to the second slide. I'm sorry about wrong sequencing. Yeah. Now here you see this actually gives us the case where the development is uh, for the solid which is not complete, right? Rather than that, it is partly cut. So it is a sectioned solid. Again, we have the front view and top view. So first of all, we have a front view complete. We have a top view complete. So it's primarily a cube, what is shown here. I hope you would have recognized also. So here it is a cube, and how it is kept? It is kept such that its vertical faces are all equally inclined to the vertical plane. So that is why it's kept like this with these inclined faces. Okay. Then there is a section plane, and the section plane with the given information, you already solved many problems. So with the given information, this section plane can be located in the front view. Okay. And thereafter this part is removed, which is lighter. Part which is retained is darker. So we have to develop the surface for the remaining part. Okay. Now here you see this section plane is passing through this particular edge, a dash 1 dash. This is locating that particular location. Here it is passing through these two edges. So this line is representing two edges. It will represent 2 dash b dash, and this will also represent 4 dash d dash. We can make out those here. So this point here in the top view locates b2. This point in the top view locates d4. Okay. Then we are developing it here alongside this. What has been done is this A dash 1 dash at this location, we are considering it has been cut, and then the complete surface is being opened up. So first of all, it is a cube, so the complete development will have 4 square surfaces. So that is what first of all is drawn. You can see one is square surface, another is square, third is square, fourth is square, and this for top and bottom. Okay. And then, so first of all, this much part, all these 6 square surfaces are to be drawn first of all. And again, we are between the two parallel lines, this parallel line and this parallel line. Okay. And bottom face here, top face here. Done. Next, what we have to do? This part is remaining shown with the darker lines, right? Now, P dash we have to locate on A dash 1 dash. So we have to give suitable naming. So we have assumed that it has been cut over here and all the surfaces are opened up. So A dash 1 dash corresponding to this, the original one A1 is here. We begin with this. Next is B2, this one corresponding to this point. The edge corresponding to this point in the top view is this one. Edge corresponding to this 3C is this one. 4D, it is this one, and then again 1A. We'll end up with the same location because it will be, after folding, these two will be joined together and it will be a closed surface. Yeah. Then we have to open up the top and bottom. In the previous slide, I had mentioned that this thing can be opened up anywhere. Here and here. This part can be opened up anywhere, right? But for this particular development where this part has been removed, this top and bottom surfaces I would recommend should be added to only those squares where the top surface will be attached to. So we'll discuss that again. Before that, let us consider locating all the points on these vertical edges. So we have A1, 2B, 3C, and so on. So P dash is on A dash 1 dash, so we locate it. So this much height, whatever is the height. Here this is mentioned, this height is mentioned for locating the section plane, right? But as such, for our drawing, if beside this front view we are drawing this, then directly we can draw this line and consider the intersection at 1A to locate P. Right? Otherwise, this distance is to be measured and marked onto this. Next, here we have 2 points, one corresponding to this B2, another corresponding to this D2. Okay, so on B2 we locate 1 point, and on D4 we locate another point. Okay, then finally it's meeting the top edges here. Here corresponding to this line we have 2 edges, right? One edge is this one, PC, another is, oh sorry, top surface is having the numbers 1 dash 2 dash 3 dash 4 dash, sorry. So this point is on 2 3 and also on 3 4. This is representing 2 points. So we draw a projector, then we can locate it here. 1 point here on 2 3, 1 point at this location on 3 4. So you see, these on 2 3 we locate point M, on 3 4 we locate point N. Okay, so what as when I was saying no, this top surface,
Excuse me, sir.
can be, yeah, please.
Sir,
Yes.
I'm not able to understand anything in this, sir.
No, for that, how can I help?
Sir, you tell, sir, what should I do, sir?
See, this is complete. I think whatever we have done so far,
Yes,
right?
sir.
That means
Yes, sir.
the section of solids. So with that, this first diagram I think should be readily clear to everyone. That's what I expect from every one of you. You already solved it, right? So beyond that, what we are doing, that's what only I'm discussing here. Hmm? Maybe I could repeat it. That is all I would be able to do. Or if you are not able to locate it, you see, this is not that animated kind of thing. I'll try to include that, but I thought this actually is giving you better diagram. I mean, exactly the way you have to draw those kind of diagrams. This one is having. Nobody is able to understand.
In the journal.
Me also not able to
Oh,
understand.
Me also, sir. I didn't understand.
So can you make
Sir,
one diagram manually?
yes, sir.
So
Some manual drawing is better.
maybe I'll let me try that. Probably that will help. Just a moment. So whatever was there on that slide, no, let me try that. Now, first of all, you tell me one thing. For a cube, if you consider a cube, can you imagine it? If we have to develop its surface, you'll have six square flat faces, right? Which will be developed. Is that, readily clear to everyone or not?
Sir, we are not able to see anything. There is only black screen.
No, you have to imagine this, no? Seeing won't help. What I'm saying is, first of all, I talked about what for development we are talking about and so on. So was that at all clear to anyone or not? If that was not clear, then I'll have to begin with drawing directly. I don't know will be of any use.
Yes, sir, that is clear, sir.
Like
yes, sir,
that
the theory was clear.
triangular prism and everything I was talking about. Or if you did not listen that time, then anyways, I don't know. Then it will be difficult task. Anyways, many of you already understood, but it's still, if there are people who missed it, then I'll have to repeat. No other option. Like this thing I was talking about. Let me try to. Yeah, is it displayed? Hmm? Is it visible?
Yes, sir, it is
Yes, sir.
visible.
Yeah. So here I was talking about development. So was it clear to you or not? First of all, because it's the most simple case what we begin with.
Sir, in this example, shouldn't 2 and 3 on the left side of 1?
Okay. No, that that doesn't matter. Where you are beginning to count with one, it will be depending on that, and then how you are choosing to open it up. You will have three surfaces, right? That is something sure. Okay. But like whether on the left side or right side, that will be depending on what kind of the orientation you are choosing. Where is it being opened up, right? But my point is this clear or not? First of all, some people
Yes,
have
sir.
doubted this also. Huh?
But the development means cutting about an edge and opening the solid. This
So
only
that's
that.
what I repeated so many things. No, like you have a paper box, suppose, for packaging. You open it up completely. Then what kind of surface it will form? So that kind of thing is what we are talking about with the development, right? So see, this is a triangular prism. Now, whatever is the outer surface we can identify. You'll have four rectangular faces. Oh, sorry, this triangular prism. So three rectangular faces, and top and bottom will form triangular faces. right? So here we have developed. So we obtained a flat sheet which will have 1, 2, 3 rectangular faces, top and bottom triangular faces, right? So that is what we are doing with this development. Okay. Or even in this, suppose if you see, now this is a tray. Now this tray size, say it is made of sheet of metal only. So you open up everything, then what will happen? Corresponding to this side, you will have a flat surface. Corresponding to this, you will have a flat surface. For this and this also, there will be flat surface. For this also, flat surface, and so on. So all obtaining all those with the exact details, that is what the development will mean. Yeah, or if you consider this container, this surface is cylindrical. This will open up like a rectangle. Top will be circular, bottom will be circular. So that's what will be the development. That's what we are talking about. Okay. Yeah. So next is this cube thing. Then I was considering. So like for this case, what we have this one rectangular face here, one here, and one at the back side. This edge represents one rectangular face, one rectangular space here, one rectangular face here. 1, 2, 3. Then top, whatever is seen here, will represent top and bottom face. So corresponding to top face, one triangular face. Corresponding to this, one triangular face. So we have it like this. Now for this case, what you will have? This is a square. Oh, sorry. This is a cube. Cube will have 6 square faces. You must have studied it, so I guess it is easy to imagine. Cube will have 6 square faces. One square at top, one square at bottom, and then for these lateral part also, you'll have 4 square faces. Everything is square. Is that fine with everyone?
Yes, sir.
Right. So we have, say, corresponding to this. Now this is simply the top view and front view. You have, I guess you have already done something like this in the this section of solids also, right? Front view and top view of this kind, or in case of solids, you have drawn that, okay, a cube is kept such that all its vertical faces are equally inclined to the vertical plane. This you already done. That's why I proceeded very fast. I did not explain the front view and top view. So this is representing one face. This line is representing one face, A1 to B. A1 to B, represented by this. Likewise, for this, you have B2, 3C. B2, 3C. Okay. Then this part is also representing this big face. Okay. 3, 4 DC. 3, 4, and here you have DC. This rectangular face behind this. Square face behind this. One more square face behind this one. But here we are seeing them as rectangles because they are inclined. This is a rectangle, this is a rectangle because these are inclined. Right? As such, these all 4 are square faces. So what we are doing, we are cutting about this A dash, 1 dash. Now we are opening it up. One square face we are getting, another square face we are getting, whatever 4 we have at the 4 lateral surfaces, right? Here, here, and the 2 behind this. One here, one here, one here, one here, like this. Now is that fine, or still it is difficult to visualize obtaining these 4 square faces?
Forgetting.
Yeah. So then, now after we have this, then what we need to do is, this is not an intact solid. Like if it has been it might have been an intact cube, then these 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1 square top face, 1 square bottom face. Like this, we'll have 6 faces total. So those 6 faces actually are marked here. Okay. Thereafter what? Thereafter we have to now So initially we develop for the complete intact solid. That's what we do first of all. One is square face, second is square face, third, fourth, fifth and sixth. All intact square faces first of all we draw. Once this is done, thereafter what we are doing is, now we are considering the features which are actually existing because it has been cut with this section plane. This section plane has cut it, this part has been removed. So now we have to identify that which points actually are occurring on this. Which new corners actually will be occurring here. So you see one is here at this location, P dash. So A dash, 1 dash, this edge, right? This is a single edge corresponding to this. This is a single edge corresponding to this. So here, this section plane is intersecting at P dash. So this P dash we can locate either by drawing a line, a horizontal line up to this A1 here in the development. So this P can be located. Otherwise, alternately, we can measure it here. How much is this distance? The same can be marked from here onto this. Done. Then next, here we have two coincident edges, B2 and D4. Two edges we have here. Both are intersected with this cutting plane, Q dash R dash. Q dash R dash, one will be on this edge. This point actually is, this is a point in the top view, but it is an edge in the front view from here to here. Okay, so this point is representing an edge, B2. So B2 is intersected by the section plane. One point, one corner which is generated, that we are naming as Q dash. Same occurs for this D4. Again, these two are coincident. So this edge only is representing this D4 also. So that is named as R dash. So R dash and Q dash are coincident here. Now these again we have to locate on the relevant edges. So the relevant edge we have here, one is 2B, another is 4D. Okay. So either again you can measure this distance of Q dash from this 2 dash. Here in this diagram, mark the same over here. And the same thing is to be done for the R dash away from 4 dash. The same distance from here to here. Otherwise, we can simply draw this parallel line. It intersects here, it intersects here. So these 2 points are then located. Okay. So we located P, then we located Q, and we located R. Here directly we are measuring this vertical distance because the distance away from A, how much away from A is this P dash, that we directly know from this diagram. This will be the true height of this P dash away from A dash. So we directly can get it from here and mark it on. Okay. So we located P, Q, and R. Now, if we move further on this section plane, further intersection is occurring here. Now, at this location again, we have 2 edges. One is this, 2, 3. This is one edge, and there is one more edge, that is this 3, 4. Both are coincident here. 2, 3, and 3, 4, both are coincident here. 3 is missing here. 3 is not mentioned. I'm sorry about that. 2, 3, and 3, 4. So this section plane is cutting this 2, 3, and 3, 4. So one point on 2, 3 is mentioned as M, and point on 3, 4 is mentioned as N. You can see it in top view also. On 2, 3 it is M, and on 3, 4 this is M. Okay. So now we have to locate where M and N are. For that we have to consider this edge, right? How much away from 3 this M is, that we can see only in top. Here these are all reduced lengths. Okay. This distance is not giving the true distance of M from 3. This point is 3. M is missing in this diagram, but this point is 3. How much M is away from this 3 we cannot get from the front view. Rest of these heights all we are getting in the front view, but this distance we are not getting in the front. So that we have to measure in the top view. this 3m. So we measure this 3m, and on the edge 2, 3. Here we have this edge 2, 3. Okay. So on this 2, 3, how much away m is from 3? Alternately, one can say how much away m is from 2. So how much away m is from 3? Suppose I consider this, then away from this 3, I'll mark m on this 2, 3 edge here in the development. Okay. So distance we are measuring from here because the top view is giving the true length, and that length we are marking to locate the same. Same thing is to be done for this n. N is on this edge 3, 4. So we'll measure the distance, how much away n is from 3. Of course, it's the same projectors, and these two are inclined same. So we know that this distance and this distance are same. But if these are not at the same inclination, then we'll measure in the top view and we'll mark it onto this 3, 4 edge at this location. Away from 3, distance we measured from the top view, marked on the edge 3, 4. So we locate n. Okay. Next is what? We have this top surface. If we consider in this part, this portion has been removed. I have this section plane, this part is removed. It's drawn lighter, right? So this part is removed, but here the top surface in this zone is still intact. This was not cut by the section plane. So you see here, this is intact, this triangular face. Okay. So this we'll have to develop. So that is what is developed over here. So 3n we marked, and then 3m. So this triangular surface, if about this 3m, it is ripped and then opened up, brought in line with this face. Okay, this edge over here in the top view is representing a face CD43. This is CD43, which over here is the CD43, right? So what we are doing is, about this 3m, we are ripping this triangular face and we're bringing it in line with this 3D4C. Okay, so it's then opening up like this. Okay, so actually what we need to do is, we need to draw this 1, 2, 3, 4 so as to represent the top surface first of all, and 3, 4 in this this part. 3, 4 DC. This is one face. At 3, 4, this face is connected to 1, 2, 3, 4 also. So we'll open it up. The 1, 2, 3, 4 will be opened up here, and at 3, 4 it will be attached to this lower part, right? So on this 2, 3 here, we will mark M again, and this triangular face will be developed here or drawn here. The same can be done here also at this location, because 2, 3 is connected to this also, so we can develop it here. But please don't develop it on this 1, 2 or 1, 4. Okay, please don't develop it on 1, 2 or 1, 4, because you see here this portion is removed. So this 1, 2 or this 1, 4, these are not having any top surface as such, right? This part is removed. This is connected only to 2, 3 and 3, 4. This part is connected to 2, 3 and 3, 4. So please develop either here or else here, so that this part will be drawn connected to this. It will not be drawn separated from rest of the development, right? We should try to say obtain a configuration where the complete surface is developed in such a fashion, complete surface is developed in such a fashion that we can fold it to obtain the overall surface, whatever is given in this, right, in this solid's outer boundary. Okay, so this is developed here. The bottom face, of course, is developed as such. It is a complete square. This can be developed connected to anything. Okay. Names are missing here, but it will be, of course, A and B, right? This will also be A, B, C, D. One alternate development also has been shown
Excuse
here.
me, sir.
Yeah, please.
So can you please explain some part in 3D like using AutoCAD or manual drawing?
That I don't know
Sir,
that, but I'll be able to show the say some development whatever we have with front and top view. This thing rather than directly being obtained, maybe one by one it is being developed. That kind of animation probably I can show, but beyond that I don't have it. And more or less, see, you'll have to imagine. One problem you can see like that, but thereafter when you have to solve any other problem, you'll have to anyways imagine, and that cannot be avoided. That will remain an essential part. I'll be able to do
sir, I'm not getting.
uh,
I'm not getting the labeling of the diagram in right hand.
which thing? Which thing? Please say again.
Sir, what pattern you have labeled the right side diagram?
Yes, some voice actually got broken a bit. Can you please tell again what I am trying to show in this diagram? What label? What were you mentioning?
So the labeling A, B, C, D, E.
Okay, okay.
This
Uh, uh, uh.
I'm unable to get in what pattern you have labeled it.
No, like see, we discussed in the previous classes that if we have say some surfaces, sorry, a solid like this with identical top and bottom. So for top we may use numbers, for bottom we may use letters like that we have discussed, right? So here it is A dash, B dash, C dash, D dash. Here it is 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the same whatever we discussed in the previous classes also. So that right hand side what? See, I'm repeating. We are trying to develop the surfaces of cube. Cube will have all 6 square surfaces, right? Flat faces, 6 square flat faces it will have. It is having them all here. Now, this is 1, 1, 2, B, A. Like that, this is here 1, 2, B, A. Then connected to this second one, say this is 1 to BA. This A is representing one flat face, 1 to BA over here. Likewise, this 2, 3 CB, that will be represented by this. So that is here 2, 3 CB. So what is wrong with, what problematic thing you find with this nomenclature, or which is say, where is the doubt?
Sir, I just imagined it wrongly, sir. It will take time.
Is it fine now? Is it fine now?
Yes, sir.
Sir,
I will
I
look into
wanted
it.
to know why.
So we are trying to use just the same names in this front to top view, and in this development the same names we are using, right? Here also, here also. Yeah, somebody was asking something. Please come again.
Sir, I wanted to ask why a rectangle is formed in the front view.
Uh, this one. No.
Yes, sir.
No, that is just because see this face. This line is representing a face here. Okay. So this is inclined. So it's overall this width is reduced. No. Like actually this 2 to 3 or B to C is this much distance, but what we are getting in the front view is this distance, this much distance, is it?
Okay, sir, got it.
Yeah, yeah. So is it fine with everyone? Hmm? So maybe briefly I'll talk about this if it is fine, right? So this is just the whatever we have developed here. This also is same thing. Only one alternate solution it is giving, where what actually is done is in this one we imagined that this has been cut as A1 edge. Okay, it's cut about this A1 edge, and then it has been developed like this. Okay, Now say rather than cutting it about this edge, suppose we cut this C3. 3 is missing here. So this endpoint is 3. This is C. So this 3C is at this 3C we cut and then develop. So now you see it is beginning from 3C. So 3 to 4 is the next, that is whatever will be at the back side. This 3 to 4. 3, 4, DC, this edge. That is shown here, 3, 4, DC. Then next one, this one. So 4, 1, AD. 4, 1, AD. This face here. Then thereafter, this one, the 1, 2, BA. This edge. Oh, sorry, this face, right? This is square face. Thereafter, we have this. That is marked over here. 2, 3, CB. 2, 3, CB. Okay. And then you see, as I had mentioned in this diagram, for the top surface, try to choose the location of development where this part is attached to. So it was attached to 3, 4, that is 1. So here it is developed. Alternately, we could have developed it on 2, 3 because it is attached to 2, 3 also. That is onto this, right? Likewise, here also we'll have to do the same. It can be developed on this 3, 4, this part, or else on this 2, 3. 3 again is missing here. Sorry. So this is 2, 3. So it's developed on 2, 3. Okay. So
Sir, I
the
have a doubt.
Yeah, please.
Sir, how did you make that small triangle M, N, and 3? Actually, there are no projectors for it. For rest of the point, we have projectors, but how did you make that small
Okay,
triangle?
okay. No. See, what we are doing is, no, for this part, we are measuring it in the top view and then we are marking it. Drawing projector won't be possible because it is in top view, no? For this part, actually, just beside this, on the same level, we can develop this lateral part, right? Lateral part can be done. So top and bottom, of course, we'll have to measure in the top view and then mark them. So like that we have to do. So like this 3 point here and N here. So this 3N we measure here and then mark it. 3, I mean from 3 to 4. This edge is here. So on that, away from 3, this N will be marked with the same distance. This 3N we measure here, we mark it here. 3M we measure, we mark it here. So M and N we have to measure in the top view and then mark. Like this N also, we have to measure here and on this 3, 4.
Okay, thank you, sir. Got it.
Yeah. So rest of the development is same, like this A to P, this we mark on A to P on A1. This is A1. So this distance here, what we measure, we mark on this. So P is located. Then Q and R, again, Q is on 2B, R is on 4D. So this is 4D. On this we mark R, again this much distance we have to measure, and then we have this 2B. On this we mark Q. Okay, these will be at the same level. M and N we measure in the top view away from 3 on 3, 2. So we measure 3M. This is 3. This is 3, 2. So we mark the 3M here and 3N on 3, 4 edge. So 3, 4 we have here. So on 3, 4 we mark 3N. Okay. So the same development. These are two alternate solutions. Both will be correct. Okay. Moreover, please make note, as we had discussed earlier also, whichever first of all, this was a cube. So we had to develop all the 6 faces first of all, complete. Thereafter, the retained portion is dark in this diagram also, and in the development also, the dark edges actually are representing the complete retained part, right? Which actually is to be folded so as to obtain this retained part. Okay. All the edges are marked where a relevant fold is to happen. Here, 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 and so on. Okay. So this is further.
Sir?
Yeah, please.
Sir, I couldn't understand how ABCD phase is made here.
Here.
Yeah, sir. in the below diagram.
In this one.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let me just repeat this. See, here in this first one, actually, we had assumed that it is being cut about this. Now, for this below diagram, we are cutting about this. So this is point 3, that is C. We cut about this, right? Then with 3C, we have this part also connected, this part also connected. So we have to begin from one side. So in this diagram, it is begin from this back side, this one. So 3C is cut, then 3 to 4, 3, 4, DC. This phase, what is seen in the top view, 3, 4, DC, 3, 4, DC. This is square phase first. Then with D4, A1 is connected. So we will have this phase, right? 4, 1, AD, 4, 1, AD. This is square phase. Then connected to this is this next one is this A1, 2B. We have this A1, 2B over here. Then the last one, B2, 3C. So B2, 3C over here. So like this it is developed. Is it fine or something else? Is this fine?
Sir,
Or
the below CD part.
this one?
Yes, sir.
See, so earlier I was also mentioning this. Let me repeat. See, top and bottom. These phases we can draw anywhere on this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 faces. We can draw anywhere, here, here, here. Likewise for the bottom, here, here, here. Here, these two are above and below the same vertical face. But that is not necessary. This could have been here, here, and here. Because it is attached, it has got 4 edges. So like this bottom face will be attached to AB also. If we develop with AB, we will have A, B, C, D like this. Okay. If we develop it here, it will be B, C, D, A. Right. Likewise, it could be here also. A, D, C, B like that. So we have a choice for top and bottom. The only thing what I mentioned is for this particular case, since this upper part which is retained is only connected either to 3, 4 or to 2, 3. So for the upper part, please develop it connected to either 3, 4 or 2, 3 here, or else to 2, 3 or 3, 4 in this time. The bottom part, it can be connected anywhere. Only name should be consistent. This it is attached to AB, so here you have C and D, right? If you mark it here, then it will be C, D, A, and B. So I hope it is clear now.
Yes, it is clear, sir.
Okay, so time is up for today. So maybe I'll discuss it further. I don't know. Usually we had a class here, or otherwise I would like to proceed to the next one. Just a moment. I'll check.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, please. Somebody was asking something.
Sir, my issues in the mark reduction in tutorial 2, 3, 4 and quiz 1 are not yet.
Maybe recording I'll switch off.